Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and lovers of drones everywhere, welcome to Thursday Night Live. Hey, glad to be back here again, and it's Whitney Westerfield, Senator Whitney Westerfield to you. Tell the people who you are and what you do, sir.
That's Chairman Westerfield. Thank you very much.
Sorry.
I'm just Whitney, state senator from Christian County, Kentucky, and Muhlenberg and Caldwell County in West Kentucky, and so far the only Part 107 licensed drone pilot in the Kentucky legislature.
Is that right, really?
Yeah, I was the first Twitter verified user, the first commercial drone pilot. I'm trying to think of other firsts that I can be that are good.
The first TikToker?
I might have been.
Yeah?
I am on TikTok. I might have been.
When are we going to go back and fly in the Capitol building again?
Anytime you want. So we're not in session, so I got time. We can go. I was up there today. Actually,
yeah.
I could have been prepared.
Yeah.
I'll send you a picture here, but they've actually got some scaffolding going up on the dome. We've got a 2-year dome restoration project. So it's not going to look quite as beautiful as it used to.
Well, that is one of the more beautiful state capitals in the country. It's going to be an amazing show tonight. It really is. I've got Kurt Larry from Hextronics. This is one of those drone in the box companies where they launch the drone out for security purposes and it flies around autonomously and everything. I'm going to fly a drone from right here in Tennessee, a few states over. We're going to do that live during the show. Also, we're going to have Jeff Sills with the news, the weekly Bow Chart, and a whole bunch of other fabulous surprises. But first, ladies and gentlemen, the Cadillac of processed meat, as they are our #1 A-list sponsor, Pigeon Jerky.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow.
Yeah.
And it's full of fiber to make them go.
Here we go.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky.
Pigeon Jerky, the Cadillac of processed meat. Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Guarantee I'm the first Kentucky legislator to appear on a show with that.
Excellent. Oh, it's going to be a night of firsts tonight. So much happening. But first, Whitney, what have you been up to since we hung out last? It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. I've been busy doing my legislative work and also practicing law. My wife and I are building a house, so I don't recommend that during a pandemic. And then I've been able to finally get my drone back in the air this spring. Had a lot of fun shooting different places around Western Kentucky. We talked last week about wanting to take it to Denver. I am going to take it to Denver. I actually have to return there soon, and I'm going to take it and just see where I can get away with flying it without breaking any laws. But I wanted to fly it over some mountain areas and take some really beautiful photos and videos. But Boulder, Colorado just is not a cool drone place for allowing people to fly drones. So I'm not up in the air quite as often as you guys are, but I'm doing the best I can and having fun with it. I love my Mavic 3. Not Senna.
No, not the Senna version, because you're
the standard version was expensive enough. I'm not Uncle Pennybags dropping 5 large on the Senna version.
Right. You're a state senator.
That's right. Not a U.S. senator.
Right.
That make bank. I'm just struggling to get by.
Right. What's your favorite part about the Mavic 3?
Flight time.
Yeah.
You and I were talking about this before. The camera is fantastic, but you can look at the cameras on DJI aircraft for the last several years, and those Hasselblad partnerships have made some really great lenses and sensors, and the photos and videos that come off of it are fantastic. I love shooting in 4K, 60 frames a second standard, and it actually goes higher than that. But my favorite feature, without question, is the flight time. 45 minutes, easily 40 minutes plus on each battery fully charged, which is a ridiculous amount of flight time. I don't have enough memory card space to shoot for as many minutes as I can keep it in the air. And with 3 batteries, I got the Fly More package handy. handy little backpack that I showed you all
Oh,
earlier.
yeah.
That converts into a satchel.
You got to have a satchel.
That's right. And you must call it a satchel.
Right. It's not a man purse.
No.
John Wayne had a satchel.
I like the way you're thinking.
Not a man purse. Yeah.
But that flight time is it's a nutty bananas amount of time. I mean, I'm used to going on location in a field or somewhere distant to shoot for a VRBO owner that wants to get some footage or photos. And I'll take 3 batteries with one of my older drones that I had at the time, and I'd need to, after using one up, go ahead and charge it up on the car charger and pop the next one in and hope that it would finish charging by the time I was done burning through the batteries. I've got time to spare with the 3 batteries on the Mavic 3. The flight time is just crazy.
Yeah, the first time I experienced the Mavic 3 was right after the tornado in Mayfield, Kentucky.
You and me.
It was, yeah.
That's right.
And there was still a little bit of wind, and it handled the wind like a champ. Are you interested at all in the Mini 3?
I like it, but again, I think I still prefer the heft of the Mavic 3. Anything that shoots 4K 60 frames, I would take a serious look at. The one thing I'll say this, I'm a reader of the Dispatch, and for those of you who want to get some good reporting that's not just a bunch of hyper-partisan nonsense propaganda garbage, not that we're talking politics at all tonight, but I'm a big reader of the Dispatch, and there's a guy relatively new to the Dispatch, and he's talking about national security things and intelligence and that sort of thing, and he's a drone pilot, and wrote a piece a week or so ago, and he talked about DJI being a Chinese company and the various concerns there are related to that. And he's all in on the Skydio 2 Plus, and it's not quite on par in my opinion with the Mavic 3, but as long as it shoots 4K 60 frames a second, I'd take a serious look at any camera that did, any drone that did.
Yeah. And just a quick aside, I get messages and emails all the time, especially right after I do an Autel video, like I did the last video on my channel. Like, good for you for buying American. Well, I got bad news.
It's also Chinese.
Yeah, you want to sit down for this news. It is a Chinese company. So speaking of Chinese companies, I know the people in Europe, they already play with their Mini 3s, but some of us in this part of the world haven't gotten them yet. And I recorded myself going on DJI's chat, and I posted this to my Instagram, and it's just me basically asking, what's going on? Where the hell's my Mini? And you can see it. It's on my Instagram. It's ken.heron on Instagram. So I'm asking them, like, where's my Mini 3? When is it going to be shipped and everything? And that was 2 days ago. Well, 7 hours. 7 hours after I did that, I got an email from DJI. Boop. Hey, your order is shipped. Now, does that have anything to do with the fact that I'm a drone YouTuber? I hate to think that it is, but has anybody else? Let me know in the chat. Have you gotten any shipping notices in the United States that you're going to be getting that? Anyone? Bueller?
I tell you, Ken, if I've learned one thing in politics, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah, I guess so.
And you're a big dog.
As long as I get my Mini, I don't care. I even asked them in there, I said, where's my Phantom 5? And they said, we don't make a Phantom 5. And I said, I know. Anyway, Whitney's got a channel on the YouTubes, and here it is. It's Flight Dubs. He's got 1.85K subscribers. Maybe we can help him out by subscribing tonight. There's a link in the description. We need to get you over 2,000. We can make that happen right now, can't we? Whitney, that's a rhetorical question. Are you frozen? Hello?
I'm sure that we can. I'm just not sure that all of your viewers want to.
Sure they do.
Have quite the mastery of the YouTube channel perfected like you do.
Well, you just need to be motivated. Everybody likes getting subscribers.
What do you use to edit? You use you're not Final Cut. I'm a Final Cut Apple guy, but you're using something else.
Yeah, I use a real computer, a PC, so I use Adobe. I know. I get any chance I can take to tease the Mac world. So he's clearly drunk the Kool-Aid.
No, stop.
Yeah,
Listen.
yeah.
Everyone paying attention. Don't follow me. Follow Ken. He needs the help. He needs the views. You heard him just now. He's using a substandard machine to do all of this work for you, and it must take him 4 or 5 times the amount of time it would take me.
Takes me forever.
Ken Heron tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. But I do use Adobe Premiere Pro. I do use that.
Which, by the way, works just fine on a Mac.
Yeah. You know what? You're right, though. I do need help, and I think I hear help coming round the bend in the form of a super chat train. We're getting some super chats coming in here. I want to thank everybody in the pre-party for donating. Thank you so much. Look at all these nice people. We got all the Robs. We got Rob Muller. We got Brant Ariels and Drone Rob. We got Mr. Koshat and Mappers 2. Thank you guys very much. And we got a couple new members, I think. You can become a new member right now. Ian Walton became a member. Thank you, Ian. TJ Grady, Anubis Arts, $10. And he says, now this is very important for you to remember, Whitney. The word is pickles. If you don't know what that means, well, then you're not, in the inner circle. So remember, pickles. Thank you, TJ, very much. Have Drone Will Fly says, what's up? Mr. Skyfly with a 254. Thank you very much. He says, crashed, destroyed drone the other day. Culprit, oak tree. Now, I've got...
Been there, done that, man.
I've got... I'm collecting for Volume 7. I'm going to be working on it this weekend of my crash videos. And I have a new T-shirt out with links in the description. And I urge you to get one of these. This is my Trees Are Dicks T-shirt. Because everybody knows that you're just flying around minding your own business and a tree will jump out in front of your drone. So...
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed to say this, but we're among friends, and so I'm going to go ahead and enter the trust tree with you and share.
Tell me.
I've certainly had, like every other drone pilot, my adverse interactions with tree limbs and such.
Uh-huh.
I've had a power line, as you might recall, I had a power line over my pond about 200 feet away from where I'm recording this right now.
That's right.
Drop my Mavic 2 Zoom in our pond and it sank to the bottom after it hit a power line. But I didn't damage it, but I did mess up my flight on my Mavic 3 by running into a 3-foot tall canola plant.
Oh.
Honestly, I didn't think something that small and puny would make a difference, but evidently Mavic 3s are susceptible to canola.
Oh, I did not know that.
Of that. I can share that with you.
I didn't know that.
Your compilation.
Okay, thank you. Yes, please send that to me. I appreciate that. Wow, canola. I was unaware of that connection. Northside Hawk Drone Tech has been a member for 11 months and wants everybody to know that. Member of the Pigeon Jerky Gang says, I thought it was longer than 7 months. I'm Dominic. Hello, Dominic, and thank you. Ken Torbeck with $2. Anyone get the plate number of that tree? Yeah, I just threw the link to the Trees Are Dicks t-shirt in the chat. So do pick one of those up if you can. Media Mike, $20. Thank you, Media Mike. Appreciate that. He says, good evening, Ken and Senator Westerfield. Missed last week live, just watched it yesterday. Multiple hours of Ken in 2 days. Well, you know what they say, you can never okay. You can never over Ken. Keep watching. I'll make more. WHM3, $20. Thanks, buddy. PSA, Pigeon Service announcement, 72 days to Minefield. Are you coming to Minefield, Whitney?
When is that?
That is Saturday, August 20th. And it's going to be a grand old time.
Can't say I've ruled that out. I'm scrolling my calendar now. What with my many senatorial obligations.
Right. And what a great excuse to get out of stuff you don't want to do. Sorry, I got a senatorial obligation. It's in Brownsville, Tennessee. You know
I might be able to do that.
Ooh, that'd be so great.
That day is wide open.
Oh my gosh.
I want to say a quick thanks to Frostbright Productions. Whoever that is watching the chat just sent me a comment on a video from a few years ago, so thanks for that.
Oh, great. Yeah, man, if you come out, all the big wigs are going to be there. I mean, Joshua Bardwell's coming out there, the know-it-all. He's going to be out there. Jason Shappert from RemotePilot101.com. He's going to be out there. Just confirm that today. And if we can get you out there, oh man, we'll have to have a VIP tent just to hold you guys. 107 Drones. Hey, he's not Herman. He's not. $20. Thank you very much, 107 Drones. Yeah, Herman is a Phantom drone pilot. WHM3, $20. I think I mentioned that one. And we're going down here to Eric Swanson, $5. Thank you so much. He says, hey, Ken, received my set of Freewell filters for the Pocket 2 from my win on the slow-ass modem game a couple weeks ago. Thanks again. You're welcome. Remember, if you win something from Freewell, they are located in China. Okay? We thank them very much for being a sponsor. But, they have that slow boat from China that they send stuff over. So do be patient. Don't, like 2 days later, where's my filters? Don't be doing that.
Or just get Ken to chat with DJI support or whoever support.
I'll make it happen. I'll make it happen because don't you know who I am? Artco. Hey, Artco. Now Art is in Colorado and he flies drones a lot. So you might want to get with him and ask where the best places are to fly. $5 from him. He says, I'm learning jousting in the evenings. Well, it's actually night classes. KNIGH. Get it? See what he did?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Art is a comedian. Uncle Bill's Toys, $10 from him. What is he saying? Quinoa is health food. It'll kill you every time. Or what is he saying there? Is that a thing? Did he misspell something? I don't know what it is. Is that like some kind of hippie food that I don't know about? Thank you, Uncle Bill.
I mean, you can make canola oil, which you cook with. I mean, you go buy canola oil.
Is that how you spell canola?
It's CANOLA, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what health food is unless it's in the form of it, unless it's in Twinkie shape. I don't know it. Ken Torbeck, $5. Thank you very much. He says, flying with my rental kid for the first time this week. He was at 300 feet when out of nowhere came a plane under him. No warning on Air 2S screen. Oh dear. Yeah, that's a concern. But glad you made it out alive. And I believe that's the caboose. Thank you everybody for your donations, and we will continue to take your super chats through the show. But right now, let's go ahead and get into the news.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
Let's head on into the drone newsosphere with Jeff Sills. We've got some very important DJI stuff happening, don't we?
Yeah, we've got some interesting stuff that leaked out, courtesy of Geeks Fauna. Want to give credit where credit's due because he showed this information.
Yes.
But apparently DJI, the Inspire 3, there's been some leaked footage of not only, I guess, it in flight, but also the crashing it. So the expected release date potentially for this could be September of 2022. The videos obviously suggest that DJI is testing this new product in the field and crashing it quite a bit. The Mavic 3 has OcuSync 3 or 3 Plus. So the only other thing that we can, I guess, ascertain is that potentially this would have OcuSync 3 or something that would be better, a better transmission system.
Are they crash testing this? Is this what they're doing on purpose?
If they're crashing it on purpose, I don't know, but they've definitely crashed it because the pictures speak pretty clearly that they messed it up.
Yeah, that looks messed up, and it doesn't look that much different than the Inspire 2, maybe a little smaller.
Yeah, it definitely looks to be a little bit thinner,
yeah, it looks lighter weight.
Yeah.
The Inspires are really heavy craft.
Yeah. Well, anything else you can tell us about it there, Jeff?
Not really anything else. I mean, aside from the transmission system, anything else leak-wise is probably, a guess.
Okay.
That's a beefy looking camera unit that's on it.
Yeah. Let's watch it flying again. This is just a very short little video there, but from the air, it kind of looks Inspire 2-y. I don't know. Anybody interested in picking that up in the chat? Let me know. Anyone? I wonder what the price is going to be. That's what I want to know.
Oh, yeah. No telling on that one. Hopefully we'll get some more leaks or some more information between now and September, and we'll be able to share that with you. So the other thing that we have is the new DJI Ronin RS3 Pro and the RSC3. These are expected to be announced in June, roughly June 15th, I think is the timed event for this. So these are new gimbals.
Uh-huh.
And so we'll get more information, obviously, from them when we get closer to the June 15th timeframe.
Yeah, but isn't
So
DJI releasing a gimbal every 15 minutes? Right? Don't they do that? So another gimbal. Right? I don't know.
They make good gimbals.
They do
Have
make
you ever
good.
used one of the Ronin, one of those gimbals?
Me? Yeah, I have.
Do you have one?
I don't.
Okay.
But I have 10 other gimbal. I got stacks. I could build an igloo out of gimbal boxes.
You know what I just saw a review for on YouTube, and I'm sure they've been out a long time, but I just watched a review on them just the other day. It just, YouTube, knowing what my interests are, I guess, popped it up. But it's the DJI 3 or the 2 mics and a receiver set, and it made me think about all the setup that you do when you're shooting for YouTube. You've got your wireless mics, you've got the receiver, you're trying to sync all that up. I wondered if those little wireless doodads would be a simpler solution. I mean, if you're okay with everything you record being sent back to China as you record it.
Well, I mean, it's got to go with all the video I'm sending back to China, right? So they got to have both. Right, yeah. No, I'm sure it's a quality product. I think I know someone that has one that might let me borrow it to check it out. But no, I don't have one. I mean, is anybody interested in that in the chat? I see a lot of no's on the Inspire 3. I have an Inspire 2, and it's just sitting there.
I think if you look at the product lineup with DJI, I think you see where people's interests are.
Yeah.
They're not making Inspires at a breakneck pace. We've all been talking about a Phantom 5 for 5 years. But they keep making them smaller and last longer and smaller and last longer and smaller and smaller. I think that's where the interest is.
Yeah, and I don't know that many cinematographers, but there is certainly a market for all those larger cine lifter type drones.
Yeah, if they're using the Matrice or whatever other big platforms to do all that.
Yeah, but you're going to do that when you're shooting commercials and feature films. You're not going to send up an Inspire 2 to get real estate shots or Larry's car lot, because Larry doesn't care. Larry does not care.
My opinion is that I don't think we're going to see another Phantom style drone. I don't think we're going to see anything that's a hard shell drone anymore. Even the new Matrice is a foldable drone. Is it really? The whole dynamic to drones in all of the different manufacturers, I'll tell everybody's making small foldable drones. Everybody makes drones that the arms collapse. So that's the direction that they want to take. And I think that's the direction that we're going to see all future drones go into. You'll get drones that have amazing cameras and incredible performance, but to see another Phantom, for instance, probably not going to build anything like that.
So easy to hand catch a Phantom. But yeah, once DJI started making foldable gimbals for your phone, then I was like, okay, foldables in. What's next in the news?
All right, so AT&T has been known to push the limits of what's possible delivering wireless services in places that you wouldn't normally get them. And we had, during hurricanes, et cetera, AT&T would put up drones that would have cellular service in areas that had been impacted. But recently, AT&T has introduced their Flying Cell on Wings, or nicknamed CAL. And this April, the wireless carrier took a field out in rural Missouri, and they put the drone up in the air, and this is tethered, and it delivered 5G wireless services in that particular location that was so remote that there was nothing out there. No trees, no homes, no humans, nothing. You could go out there and get instantaneous 5G wireless service from that drone, and you were nowhere near civilization. And it was a perfect example of what this new system that can deliver the 5G service will be able to do. So definitely one-stepping it up. And obviously, I'd look forward to seeing these used in areas where they need to be able to provide that service either on demand
for emergencies and stuff.
Or areas where they just don't have cellular service.
Firefighters, emergency services. 20 years from now, you won't even think about where you don't get service.
Yeah.
Like we don't think about dial-up now, do we? Like that's in the rearview mirror. But we're old enough to remember, you guys, all of us, mostly. Whitney,
I'm come on.
You're a millennial, aren't you?
Oh, don't insult me that way, man.
Oh, come on. You remember the U.S.
going
robotics.
On 42. I don't. No. I am not a millennial, and I'm certainly aware of what dial-up is. I had a rotary phone growing up.
Yep.
Did
here.
you? Wow.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the wall mount rotary phone with the
That's right, by the
30-foot cord
in the kitchen.
You want to hear
with a 15-foot cord, and you just that was it.
Do you want to hear my dial-up connection impression? It's so annoying.
Was that supposed to be a pun? Your dial-up connection?
We're gonna lose. I'm gonna watch how many people are gonna tune out when I do
No,
it.
you're not gonna make the sound. Oh my gosh.
We just lost 100 people. Back to you in the newsroom.
Yeah.
Thanks. Don't do this during the news.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I've activated super chats on my YouTube channel just now, so feel free to leave this one.
Head right over there. All right. So in 2022, the Queen's birthday parade was recently held in front of Front Street in Hamilton. This featured marching units from the Royal Bermuda Regiment, the Bermuda Police Service, the Royal Bermuda Regiment Junior Leaders, and the Bermuda Sea Cadet Corps. And interestingly enough, they had drones up filming the whole thing.
These
Over
were
crowds.
of course, sanctioned by the Queen. The Queen says yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. There's no way that this was not
In fact,
something that was...
I've just been handed this by my producer. It doesn't exist. Apparently, the Queen was flying the drone herself. So that's good. She's a very forward thinker.
So can I tell y'all something?
Yeah. What is it?
I did something a little cool. It's got nothing to do with drones, but I wrote a letter to the Queen a couple of months ago.
You did?
Because I've got the position I have. When else am I going to have this job and be able to write a Queen celebrate, or a monarch of any place celebrating a platinum jubilee? So I wrote a note. She's actually been to Kentucky 2 or 3 times in the last 30 years. She's a big thoroughbred and horse enthusiast, and so she's come to a horse farm there in Kentucky. In Kentucky, interesting fact, Kentucky's had 2 U.S. ambassadors to Great Britain in the last 15 years or so, one under President George W. Bush, and that particular man was the owner of the farm that she came to visit and stayed there with, and the other one was under President Obama.
Huh. So what did you say in your letter? What did you say?
I just said, congratulations on the Platinum Jubilee. Fascinated. I find the monarchy a fascinating thing, though I'm pretty partial to our republic that we have here in operation here in Kentucky and in the United States. And if you ever have a chance to come back, I know the people of Kentucky would love to have you back and your friends at the so-and-so farm. I'll say, when you look, I just started by going to the British family, the royal family's the website there, and it tells you how to address her, how to, salutation. At the very end, it gives some language about how you close the letter out, or how you might. It's optional language, but it says something. I'm paraphrasing, but I'm honored to be ever your servant, or something like that. I didn't put that language in there. I'm not a servant of the Queen.
So you didn't put like PS XOXOXO or anything.
No, not like my letters to you.
Right,
no,
that's just for us. Okay, good. You know what? I ever since that, I was kind of on the fence about the Queen until I saw her cut her birthday cake with a sword. I think it was last year, and I was like, okay, all right, she's She's pretty awesome. I mean, right? Because they don't want the queen like wielding a sword. But she's like, no. She's hacking at her cake. I thought that was hilarious. All right. Back to you.
All right. Well, as part of the same celebration, the drone light company Sky Magic lit up Buckingham Palace with an impressive light show that showed off a giant corgi.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it had I guess a bunch
That's
of
cool.
different things that were supposed to be royal symbols, and so yeah, they did a really great job.
That is
what
really cool.
software? I'm curious to know what software they use to map that out in advance.
I'm sure it's some sort of proprietary.
Yeah, each
Software.
company has their own proprietary system. Intel's the one that I think has the most elaborate of the bunch. So, because they can do some pretty hefty graphics. All right, so this one is for you, sir. Washington, D.C. Representative Mike Gallagher, alongside Representative Dina Titus, Josh Gottheimer, Peter Majeller, yesterday introduced the Drone Act, which would create a comprehensive federal criminal law prohibiting the most dangerous use of drones. And as it states, drones can be used as pieces of technology for commerce and recreation, but in the hands of a terrorist organization, drug traffickers, or irresponsible operators, they can be a threat to our homeland security, according to Representative Gallagher. The Drone Act would create federal guidelines to ensure that this technology is used responsibly and that bad actors are held accountable. The legislation is going to help prevent increased risk to public safety and national security that are associated with drones by creating a comprehensive federal criminal law prohibiting the most dangerous of uses. Most importantly, it would establish, expressly prohibit attaching weapons to a drone. And this is something that they've introduced. Obviously, it's probably going to go through several changes and iterations.
We already can't do that. We already can't put a weapon on a drone.
I know we can't put a weapon on a drone,
Okay.
but apparently they want to, I guess, reiterate that. I don't know.
Murder is illegal, so let's make a law making murder illegal.
I'm
It's
more
redundant,
interested
redundant.
in
I
reading.
see that now. Would prohibit the removal of the ID numbers or disabling of the transmission and anti-collision lights.
Oh, it's
Oh my
it's
goodness! Subject anyone trying to get a. Okay, no, okay, that's a good one. Subject anyone trying to get a prohibited object into prison by way of a drone. We actually have that in Kentucky. And our prisons in Kentucky use certain equipment that I can't elaborate on to try to stop that very thing. We have people dropping contraband by drone.
Whitney, is it lasers? Are you shooting them down with laser beams?
I'm not at liberty to say.
But it could be lasers.
It could be.
Ooh.
It could be.
Now listen, you were just talking about,
here's-
Jeff, you were just talking about it would make it illegal to, and I know XJet is watching. Hello, XJet. We got to get you back on the show, buddy. He's fighting the fight out there in New Zealand.
Oh, yeah.
I always think about the FPV gang whenever this kind of stuff comes up, because it said, what was the language that you just read about? It'll be illegal to augment the drone.
No, okay. So the Drone Act of 2022 would prohibit attaching weapons to a drone,
Right.
prohibit the willful removal of a drone's identification number or disabling of their transmission and anti-collision lights. And it would subject anyone trying to get a prohibited object into a prison by way of a drone with a 10-year prison sentence.
Does this
I just
they
think,
don't know.
I put
It's
a link to Representative Gallagher, who is the Mike Gallagher there in Wisconsin, Rep Meyer from Michigan. I just put from Gallagher. I put a link to it in our Skype chat. If you want to drop that in the YouTube chat, because I don't have that window open.
Right.
There's
People
two
are
more.
curious about that.
There's two more things that are applying on this. It says apply the same penalties to drone operators who knowingly or recklessly interfere with motor vehicles, boats, or spacecraft, and those who knowingly or recklessly interfere with airplanes or runways. And it would prohibit up to a 2-year prison sentence the reckless or knowing interference of another emergency response activity, law enforcement activity, or military operation.
See, look. Is that the order it is? Because it's kind of bookmarked with stuff. Yeah, I can agree with that, and I can agree with that. But then there's that stuff in the middle that unless you know, you don't know.
Really key. The reckless standard it's a pretty low bar. You can easily cross the reckless threshold by a simple error. I'm also curious about the same penalties for those who knowingly, which is obvious, or recklessly interfere with motor vehicles, boats, spacecraft, or interfere with airplanes and runways.
Right, that's all subjective language.
It is. I tell you, it puts an extra burden on lawful operators to really cross your T's and dot your I's if you're going to operate. Because with permission and clearance and waivers and so forth, we're allowed to operate and film boats and vehicles and at near planes if all the proper authorities have signed off on it and it's all planned.
Yeah.
But you've got to make sure you've done all that.
Right. Let me do something real quick here. Let me do something real quick. Let's see here.
Yeah, I think that's Gallagher.
Who knows nothing about drones? This guy who's got 2 thumbs and doesn't know anything about drones. This guy.
I don't know anything about him, but I think Representative Meyer might have some military experience. I could be messing that up.
I mean, it could. It's good intentions, sure, but
I'll throw one thing
here's
into
his
this.
biography. With all due respect to Mike Gallagher, who I don't know from Adam, served 7 years on active duty in the Marine Corps, including 2 deployments to Iraq. Served as the lead Republican staffer for Middle East and counterterrorism on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. Nothing in there
about
specifically drones. about drones or aircraft.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Yeah,
if you're watching.
Let me back up and add one caveat to this, and I guess one thing that we haven't added to this conversation. We on this channel have showcased videos of people doing stupid things with drones. We have showcased stories of fires that the fire systems had to be shut down because drones were in the area. We had incursions into prisons. We had all of these things. Yeah. And up to this point, it was the belief that the FAA was going to be the one that would come in and, put a kibosh on it. And we would see people that did excessively bad things get, but this is punitive action. This is jail time. This is prison time for people that do these things. And admittedly, I can admit I have done stories on people that with drones that have done stupid things that, yes, they should have had prison time. I felt that they should have had prison time, but I knew that there was never a law.
It all comes down to the policing. I was speaking with Geeks Vana today, and he explained to me that the CAA in the UK has deferred all policing to local police, and that's a good idea. But there's going to have to be a lot of education of the police in order for them to handle that, because a lot of police, as we know here in this country, they don't. As great as police are, let me just say, a lot of police don't care to educate themselves, and then they just have this blanket, nah. And then to educate themselves, and then they just have this blanket, nah. And then it's up to you to fight it.
That story right there, Ken, next week I will provide you a video that covers, or it gives you an example of just that scenario in England, and I'll provide it to you. I saw it just the other day. All right, we'll have that for you guys next week. Next in the news, Axon apparently was a company that wanted to develop a taser drone. They specifically wanted to mount them on quadcopters, and civil rights organization EFF warns against the normalization of arming drones and robots. Apparently, due to the recent school massacre in Uvalde, Texas, this company had boasted up the proposal to equip schools with these drones that they could fly into the schools and tase people with. Needless to say, I think that the fantasies around that are fairly strong. We have seen drones go into buildings and chase criminals down or to video them, etc. But the idea of them going in and tasing them,
I think I'm for it. I'm for it as long as I can see the video, because these criminals, the ones that are like, I know what I'll do. I'll hide on the roof. They'll never find me up here. And then a drone comes up, a cop drone, and then, If criminals didn't know which drone had a taser on it, oh boy, that would change the game.
Now you're flipping the coin. Now it's okay for certain people to weaponize drones,
just for the
people not to
just for the entertainment. I would watch the drone taser channel. I would watch it. 24 hours a day. I would watch that. That would be the most hilarious thing ever.
Well, and this isn't the only time this has ever happened. So in the past, CEO Blake Resnick, we did a story on him where he drew attention in a social media post in December about making a drone that would track and attack people. And in an interview recently, he apologized for the idea of that project. He began when he was 16. He abandoned the project, or he abandoned 4 years ago before it was ever deployed, and blamed his immaturity and insisted he regrets on doing it. So this is one of those things that is a slippery slope. You know, the minute you open the door for one group to be able to weaponize something, then everybody was going to want to weaponize it.
Do you remember back in, like, I don't know, 2012, 13, a guy named FPS Russia? Remember that dude?
Yeah.
And he put like machine guns on drones. I don't know if it was real or fake, but was it real?
He admitted. Yeah, he admitted it was fake.
Yeah, okay.
It was all CGI.
But there are some people who have really done that.
Yes.
With real guns, and that's bad. But a taser drone,
But the thing is that tasers don't necessarily always work, right? So now you have this drone that can't yank back, that can't, do anything other than just float.
I just
tases the guy.
Had an idea. Just had a brainstorm. Okay, we need to call Jeff Bezos, and when he delivers my tube socks or whatever he's delivering, right? If you don't pay, then you get tased, right? Just put the taser on the same drone that's going to deliver the tube socks or the mustard or whatever they're dreaming of doing, right? And if you don't pay,
Sydney, don't let him do any of this, please. Just put a kibosh on all of that.
All right, he's making notes.
Please write that down.
Okay, all right.
No.
Right.
Scratch it out.
Just throwing it out there.
Next in the news, Haulover Inlet Bridge recently was a scene of a tragic accident. A single-engine Cessna crashed on the bridge. The pilot, Narciso Torres, told the air traffic controllers that he had lost engine power. He didn't know where he was going to put it down, but he's going to try to put it down right here. Those are the last things that were said from him. The plane dropped 700 feet and then crashed into a vehicle on the bridge. And I believe that there were several people that were killed. But somebody got video footage of the aftermath of this just moments after it occurred.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now you think if I was a pilot and I was going down, I would have aimed for the water. I don't know, softer. I don't know. Just a thought.
Well, the pilot Torres was killed. 2 passengers were seriously injured, and 5 people on the ground were also injured as the plane hit not only one car but 2 cars. So yeah, that's some pretty interesting footage to capture right off the bat. All right, so jumping over to Ukraine, because we haven't spent any time in Ukraine over the last couple of months, right? Yeah, really?
Yeah.
So a skateboarding 15-year-old has been hailed as a hero of Ukraine for saving Kyiv using a toy drone. Apparently, he flew his drone up and was able to spot a column of advancing Russian vehicles. And using this toy drone, he then shared this information so that they could then defend themselves and attack this particular convoy, thus saving the city. So yeah, if you're a 15-year-old boy with a toy drone in a war zone,
heck yeah, drones are doing good things. I had a lot of comments after we had the drone labs on last week that were actually weaponizing, and I just have to remind everybody that while we are playing with drones in most places of the world, and it's pretty and it's fun and it's a hobby, any kind of technology can be used for warfare. And that includes the phone that you're watching the stream on. So, don't get your panties wad or clutching your pearls over the poor drones that are being used for nefarious purposes or not, or helping a war or whatever. It's just what happens. You know, who was the first guy that thought, you know what, maybe we should pull the cannon with one of these horses. It's just what you do. So, anyway, back to you.
All right. So we did a story recently about a drone that was able to drop in the water and then fly back out again. And apparently that particular technology has been continued on to a more commercial version. The Sub-UAS CEO, Javier Diaz, recently released information about their single robotic unit that can carry out both aquatic and aerial operations to be used at oil rigs.
Huh.
So this drone can conduct underwater inspections and do aerial inspections of a drone rig and then return to a base or fly to a new destination. And this is really, really cool stuff. I mean, the idea of these drones being able to submerge and do dual effort roles like that, because traditionally it had to be done with, divers, or they actually had ROVs that they could put down underwater.
Right.
But now you have a drone that can be both. And it's pretty cool.
Drones are good.
Drones are good.
Drones are good, but you can tie a bomb to this and kill a submarine. I'm just saying.
Geez.
Look, I'm just saying.
Hey, how deep does it go, or can it go?
They didn't give me any indication in the story about how deep it can go. But obviously with an oil rig, it's going to have to do.
Yeah, I mean,
some fairly.
That photo that you showed made me think, well, if it can just land, that's a good thing. But that's not submerging and doing underwater cinematography or filming or anything. But if it's on an oil rig, surely it's not just sitting on the surface. That is a fascinating development in some technology. I'm curious how the motors are. I think they're watertight.
They slow down in the water.
Yeah, they slow down in the water, and they would move differently, because in the air they have to counter each other to maintain balance, but underwater they can all spin in the same direction to create thrust. So it would be two sides of the coin for them to be able to do that, and obviously based on the photograph that they had for that, it's got multiple blades, top and bottom.
Yeah.
So.
The problem with going underwater is usually any kind of underwater drone is tethered because of how radio signals interact with water. So it would have to be autonomous. Yeah. But anyway, what's next there, Jeff?
All right. So last we have in the news, India has been going crazy over drones. They recently had a big festival where they were celebrating the inclusion of drones within India. The Prime Minister actually flew drones at this particular event. But the Indian Council of Medical Research recently released guidelines.
I can't hear you right now.
What's going on?
Sorry.
The Indian Council.
I thought I had it. Sorry, Jeff.
No, sir.
Oh,
I have 5. I have 5 of them right now, and just a minute ago, one of them was standing in my door. I'm like, no. Okay, so anyway, so the Indian Council of Medical Research released guidelines for drone use in their healthcare sector to ensure access to medicines, vaccines, and other paraphernalia to all, especially in geographically difficult terrains in the country. So they are going to start including the Bharat drone Mashatov 2022. This is a indigenous drone that can transport vaccines and medical supplies to a distance of 15 kilometers. This is not a slight drone. The actual distance between the locations in some of these places is 26 kilometers. So they're going to start applying these new drone rules in India to improve and I guess start incorporating medical deliveries in India. So
I'm
really
so
cool
sorry.
stuff.
It is cool stuff. And I'm sorry. I've been up since 4 a.m. because I do a morning show on WJLI Rock 98.3, and I can't turn the morning show off. And so I was thinking of something inappropriate in my head. Well,
it went to your brain, didn't it? Yeah.
I mean, and if I don't let it out, my tummy's gonna hurt. Like if you don't let the fart out, your tummy's gonna hurt. So I damn the consequences. I'm just gonna say that this drone is great technology for India to bring medical supplies and blood samples and everything. But I'm sure it can also bring your extended car warranty to you as well. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody. Thank you, everybody. It's funny because it's true. Okay. Anyway, Jeff, thank you. Jeff, you all right, buddy? Jeff, buddy. Jeff, buddy. All right. All right. Thanks, my friend.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.
I had to let it out. My tummy is going to hurt. Dude, we don't want that. Thank you, Jeff. And now here's Whitney with a really funny
the
joke.
Other 100 followers.
Yeah, they're gone. They're gone. Yeah, all my Indian followers are gone. All right, do you have a joke for us?
Who, me?
Yeah, that's your job as
my
co-host.
gosh. No,
Yeah, you didn't get the memo? Oh, that's fine.
No, I didn't get the memo.
Let's do the
Besides,
stand-in.
Kelly's used them all. All the really good lame ones are all gone.
That's true. He did corner the market on that. Incidentally, Kelly Green will be back to co-host next week. Alexa, tell me a joke.
Did you hear about the new zombie bubblegum?
No.
It's literally mind-blowing.
Wow. That was terrible. Anyway,
that was not good.
So we're gonna.
I will say this.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of buds in the Senate that sent me a couple of pictures. I mean, we send each other memes from time to time, and one of them said the new it was a screenshot they got off Instagram somewhere. The new $1 bill design looks pretty cool, doesn't it?
It's out of focus. What is it?
It's a $20 bill.
Oh, yeah, that is $20 bill. Oh, Senate humor. It's hilarious.
Dude, look, man,
What?
I had to. It was $4.80. I don't know what it is there in West Tennessee, but it's $4.89 a gallon in up around Frankfort today.
That's
it was
not
$4.79 a gallon around Bowling Green 2 days ago. In Louisville, it's already above $5.
Yeah,
and that's before you even get to diesel.
Yeah,
I wish I could fly everywhere in my drone, then I wouldn't have to buy gas.
Yeah, do you think all the Tesla owners are like right now? Right? They're all.
If I had $100,000 extra dollars just sitting in my pocket, I'd already be in one, or maybe one of those Ford F-150 Lightnings. I'd like to have one of those. That'd be nice. And then I could charge my drone and the batteries while on location.
Tesla owners, those self-righteous so-and-sos. I'm so jealous. Anyway, so we're going to get into viewer videos here in just a second. And we got to call our guest. But first, I'm going to give you the weekly bow chart. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go up to the Great White North and enjoy our weekly dose of the weekly bow chart.
Hi everybody, I'm Jim Beauchart and welcome back to another episode of the Weekly Beauchart. We've got another busy schedule tonight, so let's get into it, shall we? It's my brother's birthday today, and I got him a jar of dirt. I thought he would really appreciate the sediment.
Oh.
I just applied for a job at IKEA. The interviewer said, "Come in and make a seat." I read that Sherlock Holmes loves Mexican restaurants. Apparently they give him good case ideas.
Oh my God.
If you think about it, most photos of farmland are cropped. Killing me. Did you hear the one about the limo driver that didn't have any customers for 10 years?
No.
All that experience and nothing to show for it.
Chauffeur.
Did you know that they were going to make 2 Yogi Bears? But they made a boo-boo.
Oh God.
And now here's a quick one because as usual, we are running out of time. I really wish I could stop compulsively naming Bruce Willis movies. But you know what they say, old habits die hard. And on that note, and bye.
All right, and Bruce Willis made The Wall. Thank you, Mr. Beauchart. All right, now we got to bring in our guest from Hextronics. And I'm going to try to...
I'm looking forward to this segment here.
Yeah, I'm going to try and not crash their drone, so let's see. While I'm doing that, here's where Whitney would normally tell us a funny joke. But now maybe a limerick. You got a limerick?
I got nothing. I should have just been Googling this whole time and not paying attention to Jeff's news stories. But then I couldn't have provided those insightful commentary on those things.
Right. Stand by for...
How does the ocean say hello?
Kurt Larry. It waves.
Nothing, it just waves.
Oh, there he is. Hey, welcome to the show.
Hey, look at that.
Hey, it's Kurt Larry from Hextronics. How you doing?
Yeah, how are you guys doing today? I'm doing well.
Good, good, good. Thanks for being on with us. So,
Yeah.
How did the tomato turn red?
how?
Why?
Why?
It's all the salad dressing.
Oh my goodness.
All right, that's it. I'm out.
Is that it? Okay. Or you finally found the webpage with all the good jokes on it.
I did. I've got there are like a couple hundred here.
Well, Whitney, Kurt, Whitney. There you go.
Kurt.
So you are with Hextronics, and you're based out of Florida, right?
Correct. Yeah, we're operating in Miami, Florida.
Tell us a little bit about what you do.
This show has a Florida man on it. The Florida man. The infamous, the mythological.
He is.
Man.
He is the Florida man. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm legendary.
Tell us about your product.
Okay, so at Hextronics, we develop products for drone autonomy, and so our flagship product is a autonomous, remotely operatable drone station. And this drone station is special because it also performs battery swapping. And so we have a little robot inside of this station, and it turns on the drone, turns off the drone, swaps the battery, and prepares it for takeoff. Some people call it the pizza oven because once it swaps the battery and the drone comes out with a fresh one, they sometimes expect a ding sound, a little ding.
Can you put that in there? Can you make a ding sound like it's ready?
Yeah, I think it's not complete without the ding.
Got to have the ding.
We're working on it in the next update.
Okay,
we'll put it in.
Excellent. Now, what are the applications for this? Because a lot of people have been hearing about these drone in the box solutions, but are not sure. This isn't for just the average person. This is for someone who needs security. Who are your customers?
Yeah, so drones are definitely being able to play more of a role in how businesses and enterprises operate and perform tasks and inspections. And so just a few of the applications are infrastructure inspection, agriculture, mining, project or farm management, construction management, first response, and quite a bit more. Essentially, what we do is we've looked at really the services that drone service providers currently actually do in order to help businesses progress or gain further insight to make decisions and capture valuable data. And what we've done is made a product that essentially makes their life easier. That's the in that we've gotten now, so that a service provider does not have to drive to a location once or twice or 5 times a week, but they leave the box there and can remotely log in and fly it with a visual observer on site and still capture all of the data and then store it right back in the cloud to be able to perform analysis on at a later date.
Okay. And you and I, just a couple days ago, were running through this, and you let me fly one of your pizza ovens, and it was really fun. It was really fun. Now, is it dark in Florida? Are we going to fly in Florida, or is that where are we going to fly now?
So Florida is dark right now, but good thing we have another station in Kentucky. We actually have a station right down near Paris, Kentucky, and we can fly that one right now if you're ready.
I am ready.
Beautiful part of the state.
Let me go over here to your interface. Now, how does this actually work? It's through IP over the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was the customer, then I would see this.
Yeah.
And then so I see antennas on the box. Is that just in lieu of the controller? Is there any kind of cellular component? What's happening here? What are the logistics with it?
All right. So inside the box, the current drone that is supported is the Mavic 2, and so that's the DJI Mavic 2, all the way from the Zoom, the Pro, the Enterprise, Dual Zoom, Advanced, what have you. And we have the remote controller for the drone nested within the station, and we extend those antennas through the top so that the signal can be somewhat amplified and spread in an omnidirectional manner. And then sometimes the station comes with 3 additional antenna, and that's if you go with the cellular package. So the cellular package is essentially we have a router inside that enables for dual SIM to be loaded in, basically for an off-grid or location where Ethernet is not provided. But the station that will fly today is directly tethered to Ethernet, so it does not have those additional antennas.
Okay.
It's right there nested into infrastructure. And so on the left side of your screen, you'll see kind of all the drones that we have in our account. Yesterday we flew the drone Gray. Today we'll fly the drone Global EA.
Global EA. So click on that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't want to get. I don't want to mess things up. Before we fly, how does the VLOS work with this? The visual line of, because you have to have somebody there, right? So there's.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We have an observer there right now.
Okay. Fantastic.
How is that scheduled? So you've got to have these things planned in advance. So you've got a human being there to do that particular role, right?
For visual observers?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So in many instances, you would have the visual observer on site ready to take control, but it would still enable the user to remotely control it and get visual feed and capture that data. And in many other countries, so the name of the product is the Hextronics Global. And so we have products in 6 of the 7
I was going to ask where all you are right now.
Yeah, we are everywhere. We're in Africa, South Africa.
Oh, wow.
We're in Norway, France, Spain.
So if I were to fly one of your Spanish drones in Spain, how much would it be? The same amount of lag from here to Kentucky?
Yep, same amount of lag. It's just like you FaceTime with somebody in Europe.
Okay. I'm guessing
crazy.
I'm guessing that you're a proponent for getting rid of to get beyond visual line of sight, of course, because that would really open things up for you and your company.
We're going there. We're knocking on the door. But in many other countries across the world, we've actually kind of gone past beyond visual line of sight and helped define the rules and the legislation simply with our product. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do it here. We're going to do it everywhere.
Excellent.
And
Which country seems to be more amenable to this?
Mm-hmm. So some of the earliest ones we were able to work with our partners in Africa and in Malaysia and a few other South Asian countries were the first really to jump aboard and work on this legislation. However, we are pushing the boundaries in some locations in Europe as well right now. But those have not been 100% BV loss yet.
Okay.
And so that's how it is.
All right. So we're going back here to the interface, and so I've got Global EA selected.
Yeah. So while you're here, let's just click on the Optimus Prime button in the bottom.
Right.
The blue one.
Gotcha.
All right. So that'll start the boot up sequence of the system. And while you're doing this, you can click on the little box button, in the side middle of the screen, and we can open up that camera.
Okay. Open the camera.
Box. And so turn it on with the little bottom button there.
Yeah. All right. So we'll
Don't
see.
crash it, Ken.
No, see, this is when we were practicing this yesterday. I said to him, shouldn't we do this for my first time live? And he's like, no. And then I was like, yeah, that's probably good. So yeah, all right. Oh, it's pretty in Kentucky. Can we fly over to Whitney's house? Whitney's a state senator in Kentucky. We just fly over to his house.
Unfortunately, Whitney's house is about 3.5 hours away from where you're at.
Oh, okay. All right.
We don't have the supersonic version ready yet.
Not yet.
So,
I got you. So it's doing right now? It's acquiring satellites and all the other stuff.
So right now it's still in the box. You're gonna have to hit the launch button in the bottom corner and do a manual flight.
All right. This is the launch button, like that.
Yeah.
And then click on manual and start.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then yes. And then it'll come out of its pizza oven.
Mm-hmm.
This is such a thrill. This is really, we're like living in the future, man. Is Whitney gone? Whitney, you still there? He gone.
I'm here. I'm here and putting my little one to bed while you're doing that.
All right. You just take care of business there, and we'll fly this drone. So what's the location of this? Is this at a horse farm, you said?
Yep. So this is a horse farm in Kentucky. And so right now, yeah, we're capturing GPS signals. And right now there's about 10 horses on the horse farm right now.
Oh, great. So Pete is going to get on me. Fantastic.
We'll try not to fly over any of them.
Okay. This launching, the customer, what would they use this for? Just to check on their animals?
So there's many things that we would use it for. All right, we got GPS. So one of them would be checking on all the fence posts because the horses like to destroy those or eat them. And you don't want one of them getting destroyed too much or else the horses escape. And then also checking on critical infrastructure like the barns and the houses around the property to make sure that there's no leaks of any water or gas. And also the irrigation that goes to every single pasture. There's a small little well.
And you can use the Enterprise Edition, right? And have
using Enterprise Edition on this box.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
So we can use the infrared, right?
Yep. Let's get up in the air.
All right. So I'm clicking next. It's going through its checklists.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a dude right now standing next to the box, standing in horse poo right now watching this.
No, it's a she.
Oh, she. Oh, I apologize. If she's watching, I'm sorry.
Ashley, yeah. Shout out to Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
This is fantastic. So, am I doing anything else? Just next or
check all? Let's check all of those.
All right.
Right.
We're doing our pre-flight checks here.
Next, and then execute.
Execute, and now
we're taking off.
Oh, here we go. Oh, that's so cool.
All right, now click on the big screen and take control with the bottom button, right? Click on the camera feed.
The right here?
The drone's camera feed.
Oh, God. Right here?
At the top. Yep, click.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Right. Joystick on the bottom.
Yes, I remember. Yes, I do.
Yep. All right, now go up on the left stick, or you can do keyboard.
I think I'm going to do keyboard.
All right, now hold shift.
Shift is up.
Yeah, let's do it.
We're going up. Here we go.
Look at that sunset. Look, you can see the horses.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. All right, so W is forward, right?
Yep, W's forward.
All right, can we go over and say hello to the horsies?
Sure can.
Okay. I didn't do that.
That's all right. It just oriented itself.
Okay. W. I want to go over and say hello to horsies. I don't want to freak them out, though. What's our altitude?
We're at 12.7. You might want to go a bit higher.
Go up a little bit more. Look at that sunset. And over here on the right, I can adjust the gimbal a little bit with the slider. There we go. Oh, man.
There you go.
So right now, we can switch over to the FLIR camera?
Yep, you can switch right over to thermal.
How do we do that?
You see right on the top right of your screen, you click thermal.
Oh, thermal. Okay. Look at that. Oh, that's just great. Look at the horses. Hey, have you ever watched a horse poop in thermal?
Yeah. Actually, no, I haven't. I don't know.
I had a little thermal thing, and the first thing I did was watch my dog pee with it. Fascinating thermal stuff. All right. So now I wanna go forward. I can use this too down here, right? To go forward. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, let's go over and see if we can. And I'm sure you can set the speed right now. You can set the speed for faster, but we don't want to do that.
This is actually I'm back. This is actually the first time I've seen the IR on a drone live. That is just the coolest thing in the world.
Isn't that really cool? And this is zoom over here, right?
Yep, you can switch over to zoom.
So we can zoom in.
No, you're gonna on the top of the screen. You're gonna have to switch over to zoom.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
There you go.
Can we zoom in thermal?
I don't think we have that feature integrated yet.
Okay, that's fine. Let me zoom in on this. Oh, all right. So yaw is Q and E.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to E on over to this horsey. Oh, too far. Now you can hook up what kind of controllers with this? You don't have to use a keyboard or anything. You can actually have like a controller.
Yeah, you can have any standard USB controller you can plug in.
Does this Enterprise have a speaker on it?
It can. We actually can integrate the speaker function directly into the Enterprise.
Oh, fantastic! So I can talk to the horses. Hey, buddy!
How did you have that sound effect so available, so on the spot?
Because I'm prepared, sir. All right, we're gonna go back to thermal. Yeah, that is just great. Let me pan up
It's
the
cool
gimbal.
that you could see the horses in the field with that. That's just a wicked thing.
Isn't that great? Wow.
And so that's Paris, Kentucky, from where you are in West Tennessee. That's 300 miles, 350.
And the lag is I mean, it's there, but it's not terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask people in the chat, which way should I go now? Tell me which way I should go in the chat. What do you think? What do you think about this, you guys? By the way, the links to all this Hextronics stuff in the description. Which way should I don't want to chase the horsies. Let's see what's behind us. Do you ever just get on here and play? Like,
yeah,
I mean,
sometimes.
I'm doing research. Yeah, and you're like flying around in Spain or whatever. Do the customers mind if you check out their drone?
We don't have access to it once we ship it, but sometimes they let us log in, and we just a couple months ago I was flying in Greece, and it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that is really. I could get used to this. Let's spin around. What are they saying? Buzz the tower. Somebody says buzz the tower. Yeah, can you put it in acro real quick?
Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
Negative Ghost Rider. This is really beautiful. And what's the name of the city where this is?
City, it's it's Paris.
Paris, okay.
Kentucky.
Alexa, what time is sunset in Paris, Kentucky?
Sunset in Paris was at 9 p.m. today.
Okay. So it's a little after 8, so it's not sunset yet. But
It's dusk.
You know the coolest part about Paris, Kentucky?
what?
It's in Bourbon County.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. So now, do you have a set range? Like I can. Oh, let me thermal that car. Let me see. So we can get. Can't even see it. You know the resolution on the thermal on this is really impressive.
Yeah, man, I am really impressed by that.
Wow.
I thought the range on that was a lot shorter.
Yeah. Where's the battery time? Because I'm just gonna forget.
Check the bottom left corner.
Oh yeah,
We're at
61%. Okay, we're good. Yeah, the lag isn't. I'm gonna just to demonstrate the lag. I'm gonna let you hear me click the forward button, and then we can see how much of a lag there is. So I'm hitting forward with my loud mechanical keyboard. It's like
About 1.5, 2 seconds.
not
like that.
probably like a second even.
Yeah, it's about a second.
Yeah, when you think about the Mars, what's the Mars helicopter called? That thing takes 8 minutes to send instructions to the Mars drone, and they can still fly it.
Yep.
So you can get used to this. I want to see the sunset one more time, and then we'll return it to the pizza oven.
Yeah, sounds good.
I could just. This is really awesome, Kurt. I hope the viewers are having as much fun watching this as I am doing it.
I don't know if they've ever seen something like this.
This is really, really cool. All right, let me do
Ingenuity. I had to look that up. I couldn't remember what that one, what it was called there on Mars.
Man, what is this? The Enterprise?
This is the Enterprise Advanced.
I gotta get one of these, man. Just for the thermal. Holy hell! All right, so I've done.
Man, when you flip that on, you can see everything that you're obviously not able to see right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, look at the
Yeah.
trees in the background. You can see the different temperature of the various leaves. That's really good resolution. All right. And then this up here, you can see where I've flown, which wasn't very much. So if I want to, I'm done stalking the horses. All right. We want to go back in the box. Can I turn the gimbal down so we can see us going towards the box?
Sure.
Oh, there's one under it.
Throw the white horse.
There's one right there. Let me
Let it go.
I want a thermal. Look at it. You try to hide from me, buddy. You can't do it. All right. So there's a back in the box button. Where is that thing?
Yep, you remember that?
Is it this one? No.
Look back on the mini map,
Mini map.
top corner. Yep.
Right here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then there's, oh, yeah. Okay, I do. Is this the back in the box?
There you go. Get back in there.
Boom. And then we just sit back and we watch it go. Make the screen a little bit bigger so you can see.
So what?
Can I flip over to
curious,
this?
what
Can I
is
flip
the-
back over here?
Yep, you
Yeah,
can.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Because I wanted to see it go in there. What were you saying, Whitney?
I was curious what is the error rate? You automate this particular part. It's essentially a return to home sort of function, which is very simple for the user, but to get back in the box,
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's a pretty specific spot to land in.
Yeah, it looks like there's
Is that challenging to do?
yeah, what's going
Yeah.
on there as far as the accuracy? It's reading those designs. It's like an ASCII code kind of thing.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. It's following those tags, and so there's a little bit of computer vision AI going on in the background.
well, that's just slick as all get out.
Isn't it? Wow. We're going back in the box, man.
Holy moly!
That is how much bigger how much wider than the drone is that?
It is just past the frame of the drone.
Gosh.
Here
Here we go.
Look at that.
And then it grabs it and it can also eject the battery and put in a new one and all that, right?
Yep. So now we just confirmed good landing. And
Man,
now
that's
go
amazing.
back and swap the battery.
Wow. Wow. How many batteries you got on board this thing?
We have 6 total, so you could fly forever.
I want to fly forever.
Are
I just
the boxes, the units themselves, portable, or do they need to be hardwired to power?
So it does have an internal backup battery that'll last only a couple hours. We do have integration, however, with systems like that. We have a Hex truck product, part of Hextronics. It's basically enables the system to be mounted onto the back of a truck like a F-150, and then we can just take directly from an inverter and power. Mm-hmm. Completely
wow.
on the move.
So this is the kind of thing that like police departments could have, and emergency services. I mean, there's so many uses for it.
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking about like in instances. Ken, you and I were in downtown Mayfield on the hours after the tornado had come through there, but you couldn't easily get to downtown. I could easily see applications for this very product to be able to fly when you can't get a human person in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what?
At least not easily.
What are you guys hiring? I know there's a lot of drone people watching, thinking that'd be a cool job to like maintain those boxes, install the boxes. How big is your company right now? How many employees do you have?
Yeah, we are hiring. We're always looking for more. Right now, we're actually just about 14 here in Miami. I started this company about a year and a half ago out of our garage in Miami, and now we've grown and done a large production round, and we've really done a lot in a quick amount of time. And it's really thanks to all of our partners and really our customers who have helped and excite us and encourage us and believe in us to push us forward, which is awesome.
Did you really start in a garage, or are you just trying to Steve Jobs us with a story?
It's started in a garage. We call it Hex Labs now. It's about a 500 square foot garage back in Homestead, where I grew up, and that's where we made the initial unit. And actually, the very first production round was built by some guys from my high school who really came aboard and helped me out.
In shop class?
Some from shop class, some from programming class, and then some was just a round of interns that I riled up to come help me rivet these boxes together.
That's so awesome.
Well, it is really slick. That's a cool story, but a fascinating product, man.
Yeah, and I guess the hard part is the software, really. Just all that stuff. I mean, that must have given you guys some headaches before you... It looks like it's pretty perfected and tested.
So yeah, the software is done by a company, Flightbase, with their product Flight Now. It's one of our closest partners, and they manage most of the control. We manage the docking station itself, and the software that was pretty much the most difficult was making the battery swapping process and the whole network communication stream robust and reliable.
Are you, I mean, there's information, like I said, if anybody interested in the description, website and everything. Are you still looking for investors? Are you going to go public?
And he wants to get in on the ground.
I'm give me a couple shares. I want to share in the magic.
We'll see. We're getting there. When we're ready, we'll be ready. Right now, we're just trying to really take it slow and make sure what we've got is gold.
Well, it's fantastic. What a great thing. I was so engrossed in it. I mean, I know I'm doing a stream and everybody's watching, but I was like, I'm flying over to Horsies.
This is what's going to happen, man.
Yeah.
We're going to get off here. He's going to be done with this broadcast. He's going to hop online. He's going to buy a FLIR camera and some Velcro tape, and he's going to strap that to the first drone he can put his hands on, just so he can recreate the experience you just gave him right there in West Tennessee. That's what he's going to do until he can have a Hextronics box right there in his backyard.
Whitney knows me so well.
You've got the login, Ken. You can do it anytime.
No, I know. You know what? Thank you for trusting me with your login. You know what he said when we first talked? He's like, all right, I'm going to give you the password. Don't hack us.
Oh, for the love of Mike.
When you guys are as big as Microsoft, I'll tell that story when I'm on one of the late night shows. I'm going to delete it. I don't remember passwords, man. Anyway, thank you so much for being on and show us that cool thing. Again, it's Hextronics. Check out the website. You know what I bet would be. Do you guys have a YouTube channel as well?
Yeah, we do. If you just look up Hextronics, we're there.
Okay. Do you post videos of your test flights?
Yeah. We've got some funny videos of some of our earlier stations and products.
I see the box there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
Yeah, one of our earliest prototypes actually used a 4 degree of freedom robot arm that would find the drone with computer vision, pick it up, and then swap its battery. But
if you don't mind me asking before you go, why is there a box in Paris?
In Paris, Kentucky?
Yeah.
Well, there's that's kind of one of our initial family friends is there.
No kidding. Well, cool.
Mm-hmm. So it's
That's
just
cool.
a great spot to do initial testing and do the remote operations while having someone that we really work all the time there.
Fantastic. Do check back in with us from time to time. I see your future is bright, and thank you for letting me fly over the Horsies.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, Kurt Lowry from Hextronics. We'll talk to you again soon, my friend. Thank you. See you later. All right.
See ya.
How about that, dude?
That was pretty slick.
That was a heck of an experience. I really liked that a lot. That put a smile on my face.
I see the scale. I'm watching just the Hex Launch 1.0 video, and it's on mute here on my iPad.
Yeah.
And I see it might be Kurt.
Yeah.
From whenever this was shot. But he's standing in front of several of the boxes, so now I've got a sense of the scale. Man, that is some really accurate landing.
Yeah.
To drop into those boxes.
To get back in there,
That's amazing.
You imagine the first few tests, like, all right, it's going to do it. I I wonder how
I
many.
imagine it'd be a lot like me learning FPV for the first time.
Oh, that'll be fun. Hey, can we make a video of you and me teaching you FPV?
Let's just do it. Let's just plan and bring me the easiest drone. I do want to fly. If you still have it, I want to fly the DJI FPV. Unless you sold it, I'd like to fly that and see if I can, just as a starter.
Now we're gonna go right for the Ferrari. I'm gonna have you fly a 6S 5-inch in acro, terrifying mode.
Whatever that means, just
all of it.
Don't make it something you don't mind parting with.
No.
That you would mind parting with.
Speaking of which, we're gonna get into the viewer videos right now, and I don't want to keep you too long. I don't want to keep your family up, but I got to get into this video. So some FPV buddies of mine in Birmingham, Alabama. I got a call.
Wait, hold on a second.
What?
Is there another Birmingham somewhere of note?
Well, there's a Birmingham and then there's a Birmingham.
I stand corrected.
Okay, yeah. I think they had theirs first. I think Birmingham existed first. But
I think you're right.
So in Birmingham, Alabama, my friend Jody called me and he said, Ken, and the accent is not accurate. Ken, do you know anybody here in Birmingham that's got a GPS drone? And I said, no, why? Man, we just crashed on the roof. We just crashed on the roof of this place we're flying. And I gave him an idea. I said, well, how about if you just tie something underneath a FPV drone and snag it? Just fly over it and snag it. And I said, if you happen to have another drone that can film it, then please give me the footage. And that's exactly what they did.
Oh, my.
Yeah, so I helped him out. I'm glad to help him out. So this is Jody and a couple other guys and Luther. Luther is the guy flying the rescue drone. So first what we're going to see here is this is the building. This is actually a spot that I discovered at an industrial park. They call it the Squares, and you'll see why. But, you know, they're just bopping around.
Ooh.
The guy flying this is a guy named Matt. So this is the recovered video from the crash. But this building is so fun to fly. As you'll see, there's a really cool part inside here. And in the corner, the bottom right corner, that's the goggle view. Okay? But here's why they call it the Squares. Look at that. Look at all that. Isn't that a fun place to fly? You want to fly like that, don't you, Whitney?
Yeah, it'd be nice if I could, but I don't want to have to pay for busted drones or walls.
Yeah.
Or, oh, gosh.
See how close they get?
Man, it's close.
Yeah. Proximity flying is the best. And you get more confident and you do more crazy things. Now, here's where it transfers just to the goggle view, because the 4K camera stopped recording after the crash, which, as you know, the buffer. So, you know it's happening any second. And, ooh, a little too close.
Oh, man.
Okay. So, then, here, they put up the drone, like I said.
Oh, all
right.
It's right on the edge.
So, here's the drone, seeing where the drone is.
Look at these motherfuckers right here fixing to fly this to try to get this quad down off this building.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
So, that's
It's wild, son.
That's Luther right there with the net attached to his...
Hey, after you rescue the quad, you gonna go scoop up some fish?
I don't know if I could fly without tangling myself up in the thing that I'm dragging. You know what I mean? This is really good.
That'll do it.
Really good flying. So
I'm surprised it was able to lift
anything
that
but the
up.
quad, right?
Oh, you would... These are powerful machines, man. 2 FPV quads could lift a toddler. All right. So
Look
there.
at that.
See what he's trying to do?
Yeah, I do.
And now you have to remember, on an FPV quad, Whitney, you can't see straight down. He can't see the drone that he's trying to rescue.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
So he
you're
just
right.
kind of has to guess and line it up and go straight over it. So it took several tries, but
I bet it did.
I'm just glad that we
Look
had
at
this
that. Oh,
other
almost had it.
footage from the second drone. Isn't this great? And yes,
Success.
Hell yeah, rescued. No quad left behind.
You did it on purpose to soften the floor.
Yeah, of course I did.
How is she, Matt?
Here's yours.
Woo,
He's
woo.
looking good. Mine
What
is
was it? Wait, so is it plugged in? It's totally
Still plugged in.
Is it the battery leads that felt ripped off or something?
No,
No, she's not beeping now.
my ESC.
Is she beeping now? Oh, that's... Yeah, she's beeping now. What?
These things can really take a hit, Whitney.
Yeah, GoPro lens.
Smash the
Famous last
rim.
words, Ken.
To start.
They really can. Trust me.
Top plate.
Oh,
The
damn.
I've done it all.
Color was ejected from the ESC, including the,
So that might be why.
Yeah.
There's no power.
and then,
Regulator or something. I think she'll survive surgery.
and somehow under this battery and everything, my side plate fell off. But I just bought that, and it.
I can't believe they got that off the roof.
Do you still have the memory card?
Isn't that great?
And did it
I'm
record?
surprised it didn't draw attention to a big gaggle of guys out there with
That's the big
no
question.
controls
man. If it's not-
attached wrapped around their
record,
necks.
it's not
and
Who's going to say
no one
something
at
to
the
us?
office seems to care.
What's that on the back of your shirt there, pal? Is that fly high FPV junk? He smokes that reefer, doesn't he?
There you go. Thanks, Luther. Luther, that's awesome. I'm sorry I missed out. It's so fun hanging out with FPV guys. They don't worry about anything. They're like, we're on the roof, we're upside down, battery's disconnected. We'll just send another drone to forget it, bro, whatever. Well, I would drop from 100 feet, broken arm, I'll fix it. It's so fun. It's so fun. You've got to drink the Kool-Aid, Whitney. You got to drink the Kool-Aid.
I don't even know where to start.
Start with me throwing some goggles on you and showing you the basics.
In a wide open field, let's do it.
All right. And I'll bring the Band-Aids for the lacerations.
And the spare drone parts.
Right, all that. So I got some mail. But first, let's play a viewer video, shall we?
Let's do it.
This is from Big Water UAV Solutions. It's Cathedral of the Prairie. He says, "Greetings, Ken. This is a video of the Cathedral of the Prairie in Hoven, South Dakota. I visited the wife's small town where she was born, couldn't pass up the opportunity to fly this beautiful church. I kept a respectful distance from all the intricate glass artwork, lest I have to answer when I meet my maker." Yeah, that would be a little tempting for me as
Fly
well.
through the spires. Come on. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah. That's the thing.
I need to fly over Churchill Downs for the Derby. That's what I need to do.
Yeah. Can I go with you?
Sure.
Awesome.
We've got to work out the details with NBC, but sure.
Okay. Wonderful. That's great. Yeah, you see the world a little differently when you can fly acro. God, I just love it. I love all drones. I do. And I love the cinematic drones, but you really do look at the world. Like you'll look at a broken gas station sign. That's just the border, and I can fly through that. You know what I mean? Like just all day long. It's such a gift to be able to fly that way. It really is. Hey, how about some more FPV stuff? How about somebody that doesn't like FPV? All right. So this is from Ian Walton. He says, "Hey Ken, I had a Karen fall over while stomping my drone and claimed I assaulted him. He then got arrested."
Oh, wow.
So this is DVR footage from his drone. Now, he may have been antagonizing him a little bit. Okay? This is in his neighborhood. So he's got this riff with his neighbor. His neighbor doesn't like him flying his drone. So his neighbor had a big, like, fishing net thing. And unfortunately, he hit a tree. And so the neighbor came up and started stomping his drone. Look at that.
Not cool, man.
No, and then threw the net over
I
it.
see the net.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And then the
Come
neighbor
on.
tripped over his own net and fell down. You'll see it here in a second. That's just mean. Look, see, whoops. Ooh.
Oh my good grief.
And then he stole the drone. Isn't that terrible? That's awful.
He's not trying to sue our drone operator, is he? He's not for the fall down or something?
I mean, some people are just grumpy. They're just
Man, they
grumpy
really
people.
are.
I usually try to put goggles on people who are being mean. I'm like, all right, well, you don't understand. Here, wear these for a second. You know, I'd say 50% of the time they'll come around. But thanks, Ian, for sending that in. By the way, if you want to...
They'll either fall in love with it or they'll get nauseous and leave you alone.
Right. Yeah. So win-win either way. By the way, if you want to send in a video, please do. KenHeronUpload@gmail.com. Make sure you include your music source because I can't play copyrighted music. But if you need music...
I'm a big fan of Epidemic Sound.
Are you? Tell me all about it. Tell me more about Epidemic Sound, Whitney.
You all, if you aren't looking at it and looking at Epidemic Sound, I mean, it's fun to surf around and find music for different moods, different things that you're shooting. It's that, man. They've got a ton of stuff. They've got sound effects in there.
They do.
Not quite the library that Ken uses on the show, but you can find some.
Yes. And remember, if it's not Epidemic, it's crap. That's not their slogan, but it should be. It should be.
How does NASA organize a party?
How?
They plan it.
Yeah.
You're all welcome.
Tough room. All right. So this is from a guy named Graham in Wales. Let's check this out. He says, "Hey, Ken, I absolutely love your channel, and you convinced me to buy a Mini 2 a few months back. And boy, am I so glad I did. I suffer with anxiety and depression, and this new awesome hobby has helped me no end in getting out there and exploring my much-loved country in the UK here.
Right on, man.
When I'm feeling down, I just tune into TNL, and boom, I instantly have a smile on my face. It would make my year if you could show my little video of this lake in Wales." Well, there you go, Graham.
Graham, nice work, man.
What a beautiful location.
It really is.
And I can't tell you how many times I've heard from people that suffer from anxiety and depression or some other malady, how the freedom of just flying will help them so much.
Look at that. That is a beautiful place.
Yes, what a fantastic location.
Graham, might need your address. Graham, Ken and I might make a little field trip to Wales.
I would love to go to Wales.
Oh, look at the waves coming off of that tower as he's going up. That's a wicked shot right there.
This is Epidemic music, by the way.
Yeah, that's great. Beautiful as this is, I know you're imagining diving that dam with your FPV.
Yeah, I generally like to stay away from water with the FPV stuff, but it would be tempting just to do some...
Fly through those arches.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you, Graham, for sending that in. That was just wonderful. Just wonderful.
That was good.
I encourage people to send videos in to share with us that haven't done it before. Maybe you've been watching the stream and you haven't sent one in. Please do. Take a chance. KenHeronUpload@gmail.com. And incidentally, the videos I pick aren't like rated like the best one. I only pick the best ones, you know. Sometimes I don't have enough. Sometimes I have too many, and I have to choose. Speaking of new FPV pilots, like Whitney's gonna be soon, this is from James Dean, not the sausage maker. No, this is a new FPV pilot. He says, "Hey Ken, started flying drones 5 years ago, and last year was introduced to FPV. I'm so addicted, it's not funny," he says. "I came across your channel a few months ago, became a member of your Patreon." Thank you very much, James.
Nice.
"And watch you all the time. Thanks for doing what you do for our community. I recorded a light freestyle video, and if you'd like to share it on TNL, that would be just swell. Warm regards, James Dean, Dizzy Dean FPV."
We ain't focused on what's yesterday. They wanna know the formula and let them know the recipe. Whoa, metal to the floor, head an engine roll. Pull the top down on the 2 doors.
See, that's what you would do, Whitney. You would initially start up way high, you know, so you have plenty of chances to correct your flight. That's what you do. When you're first starting to learn, you just get up and flip and try to straighten it out, all that. Then you can start flying through stuff.
I'd get nervous about not being able to hold it steady. If I just wanted to fly, I don't know. And I've never done it. So other than with you there at the Capitol, but I didn't do the controlling there.
By the way,
watching through the goggles.
What a great opportunity to fly FPV at the Kentucky State Capitol. Thank you so much. And the airspace there is good.
It is.
It's like,
it is.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't see just like insects around, everybody flying there. All right, so you're a big fan of the Mavic 3 Zoom.
The Mavic 2 Zoom?
The Mavic 3 with the zoom on it.
Oh yeah. Yes, I am. Yeah, I forgot. Yes.
Do you use that a lot?
I do. Obviously, the resolution drops down a bit and the frame rate drops down once you zoom. And there are a couple of stages of an optical zoom that are really clear and clean. But I got to say, I don't want to film anything at the max zoom. But if I want to see something off in the distance, like I give you a perfect for instance. We had the tornadoes that you and I saw the aftermath of in Mayfield. In the weeks after that, the days and weeks after that, we had a ton of people around the state, really around the world and the country, sending stuff to Kentucky. And we had a Pack the Bus campaign where buses started from, and some including there in Bourbon County, I think. They started in East Kentucky, and they just added buses as they came. And when they got to Western Kentucky, it was like a line of 100 school buses, and they were all just cram-packed with supplies and things. And I was asked by the coordinator of all that to film it, which of course I did for free and gave them the footage just to show them and put that on the news. But I had to stake out a spot on the Western Kentucky Parkway, and I needed to see way off in the distance when they were coming.
Oh.
And I used that zoom feature on it just to sort of schedule and plan where I needed to be when.
All right.
So it's dead handy. I wouldn't want to film any final video production work with that. Certainly not all the way in.
Right. There is a bit of a shake, but it is impressive. And
it is.
This is from our buddy Captain Ray Kelly, and he says, first, this week's TNL was awesome. He's speaking about last week. That war must be stopped. So glad the Ukrainians are using drones. Kudos to your guests. Here's a video for TNL if you want to show it. Love my Mavic 3. All the best, Captain Ray Kelly. So he's demonstrating his zoom feature here.
That's the intercoastal waterway right there with Singer Island and the Atlantic Ocean off in the distance. And let me zoom in on Munyon Island for you. And now I'll do the 28 time zoom.
Yeah, it really...
to Little Munyon Island. I love this zoom on the Mavic 3.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
It's pretty crazy.
Was that Emma Lou out there sunbathing? That's fantastic.
Needless to say, I love flying my drone right from my dock.
Thank you, Captain, for sending that in. Yeah, that zoom is that's good. That's a good zoom.
It really is.
Yeah. Oh goodness, did we get some mail?
We just got a letter. 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 Wonder who it's from.
Let's see who it's from. It's from huh?
It's the Queen.
Is it the Queen? No, I would recognize her writing. Andrew Mosley. That was kind of weird.
That was a little weird.
A little creepy too, wasn't it? Oh, he sent me money. What? What? He sent me money?
Do you need my address? Because I could...
This is from Qatar. Is that how you say?
Cool.
Is that how you say it? Qatar? It's a oneer from Qatar. And
wonder what the exchange rate is on that.
I don't know. I'll try putting it in a snack machine or something. I have to do this. I apologize. I don't have my bifocals. He says, greetings, Ken. It's been a while. Enjoy watching your videos and your YouTube channel grow. Here's one Rial from the country of Qatar. I acquired it during my last deployment. Okay. I found this Okay. All right. His writing is
Well,
atrocious.
thank you for your service, sir.
Thank you very much for your service. And I can't read his writing. It's so small. He says, stay well. Andrew Mosley. Thank you. Thank you very much. And he did send this brochure for the 177th Fighter Wing Commander's Call. Thank you for sending that in. If you want to send me anything in the mail, money, you can do that. You can send it right here. Ken Heron, P.O. Box 1281, Huntington, Tennessee, 38344. Did you get that? People are going to send me money? Okay, you can send it right there. Okay, I want to leave that up on the screen long enough because I know people are like, oh, yeah, I want to send Ken money. Oh, it's gone. So there it is again if you're going to send money. Do you know I actually have a foreign money drawer here? Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah.
Well, did Andrew know that? Because that's a handy little thing to collect.
That's where it's going. Let me show you what I have. This has been going on for quite some time. This is, I don't know how much money I have, but this is all from different countries.
You're like Doc Brown in Back to the Future. He's got, when he goes back to the 1955, he's got all kinds of currency for different times and different, I guess it might be all American currency.
I mean, you have to be ready.
You do.
You know.
do. So when you travel the world as the globe-trotting drone enthusiast and commercial pilot that you are, you will be adequately prepared.
Yes, absolutely. Let's go to a car show, shall we? Whitney, are you a car guy?
Sure. I love cars. Cars are very helpful to me. I'm not fond of the gas prices right now, as we've covered already tonight. But yes, cars are lovely.
By the way, I think we talked about that in the bonus material. If you want to become a member, we're encouraging people to become members. And we shared a video in there that is absolutely amazing. Would you say? It's a cinematic FPV video.
No joke. It's worth becoming a bonus member just to see that video tonight, because that is some slick footage, and it makes me want to travel to that place.
Yeah, well, we can tell them it is from Africa, and it's got animals in it, and it is
Namibia, specifically.
Namibia, and it's long distance FPV cinematic, just amazing stuff from this very talented filmmaker.
Not sure if their music came from Epidemic Sound, but it is pretty good.
That's why it's in the member bonus, because if I shared it here, then YouTube would be like,
yeah, that's right.
So, and I didn't want to change the music because it really made it.
Yeah,
so
it really makes a complete package there.
So do become a member. Thank you. And I do see a few more super chats. We're going to talk about that here in just a second. And thank you, everybody, for supporting the stream. All right. So this is a car show. This is from David Morgan. He says, Ken, I hope you are doing well. I am doing well, David. Thank you for asking. My church recently had their 3rd annual car show, and I flew my Air 2S, getting some great footage. It would be awesome to see this played on TNL, if that's a possibility. It's an awesome show that I love to watch. You do a great job every week. Thank you. David Morgan. So this is great, but when you're flying over that much money and a prop could just fail at any time and then you'd have to pay for bodywork and paint, I don't know if I would fly directly over these classic cars.
Yeah.
Would you, Whitney?
We're not going to fly over any car shows with the FPV with me.
I tell you what I did once. I did fly over the Corvette Museum.
Yeah, I remember that video.
In Bowling Green.
That was before you and I met.
Yeah, and I did get, I was insured up to $1 million. And I remember thinking.
Verifly, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. I wonder, has anybody watching ever gotten a payout from Verifly?
I have not, but I've never made a claim either.
Yeah, I mean, like, has anybody ever had to make a claim? Yeah, that's what I meant. Let me know in the chat if you use it or if you've ever gotten a claim. All right.
I was asked to fly a funeral procession. Those classic cars make me think about it. It's actually the ex-wife of the gentleman that runs Big Tractor Power, that channel I mentioned. His ex-wife's father, his former father-in-law, passed away, but he apparently had a number of old collector cars, and several family members drove those on the way to the funeral or to the graveside service. And they just wanted some aerial footage of that line of cars, which I thought was kind of cool. They knew I was going to be flying, but I guess they all assumed that the drone can go the same 55 miles an hour that they can go. So that was a challenge. And then power lines running across the road. was also challenging. So I was over the median. I was over grass the whole time, but it was really challenging to keep pace, and I couldn't. But to get all the cars. But anyway, those are the challenges you got to face when you're out there flying.
And that's the last thing you want to do is land on a car in a funeral procession.
Oh my gosh, that was the last. You are correct. That'd be the last thing that I want.
Terrible. That would be awful. Yeah, your Yelp reviews would. Yeah. So this next one is from Nikola Nikolovsky. That's his middle name. That's me stalling trying to pronounce Nikolovsky. That's easy. Anyway, he says, "Hey Ken, my name is the name I just said, and I crashed into a tree while I was filming a tractor. I hope you enjoyed the clip, and I hope I get it on YouTube." Well, you did get it on YouTube, and here it is.
I've so been there.
Yeah. You just get so focused on the subject, you forget. Hey, there's these things called trees.
It's hard to.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I guess this is a good time to remind everybody that trees are dicks, and you can get the new T-shirt available right now to let everybody know that trees are, in fact, dicks. And yes, I hesitate to say that in front of a senator, but he himself, although he won't say it, he knows what trees are, don't you? And I just put the link.
I've had run-ins with trees,
yeah,
but I've had more run-ins with power lines. I've had more close calls with power lines. I was flying and filming tractors once here in Christian County, Kentucky, and I was going across a field, and I looked for power lines before I went. I didn't see any, but they were so far away. I could see the drone, but I couldn't see the lines. When I went back to watch the footage after the fact, I had flown right between two sets of power lines at full speed. If I had been just a couple inches higher or lower, and that was with my Inspire, or with a fan, excuse me, it may have been my Phantom 4.
Do you know, and this is just something that I have an issue with DJI. Have you noticed that people aren't flying with goggles that much anymore? The cinema drone, GPS drones. Because remember, Phantom, you put the big, huge goggles on, you fly. That was so handy. You could see all the little wires and everything, but they don't make them compatible.
Are the Mavic 3, the latest generations of the Minis and Mavic 3, are they not compatible with their DJI goggles?
No, I don't think anybody's flying goggles with the Mini 3s and
no kidding.
And like an Air 2S. Wouldn't you like to have the goggles work with that, right? Right? Am I right or am I right? And all they have to do is do a firmware update, but they're trying to sell more goggles.
Let me tell you something. Yeah. My biggest gripe with DJI, so their prices are always a little on the high side, unless you're getting one of the bigger, small minis or something. But they are the most ornery when it comes to picking and choosing which features they're going to include and which ones they aren't. And they're all trying to drive purchaser decisions in one direction or the other. But it's annoying as all get out when I know this drone has this feature, but they're not going to put it on the more expensive drone,
right,
or vice versa. That is my biggest pet peeve with them.
By the way, you remember these?
I do.
These are still awesome. They're big and bulky.
I would love a pair of those if it worked with my Mavic 3.
Right. Now, don't these work with the Phantom?
I'm looking that up while you're
What are these compatible with? They should be compatible with more. I mean, I'm going to put them on. I haven't worn them in a while. But I think that the DJI, the black ones, the DJI FPV goggles should be backwards compatible with everything. And you could always put your glasses in these things.
No longer
you can always
production.
I mean, yeah, you look dorky. Right? How?
When you look, I just did a DuckDuckGo search for DJI goggles, and the first DJI.com link, it sends me a pop-up when I open up the site that says it's no longer in production.
Yeah. By the way, if you hold them this way, it looks like a toilet, doesn't it? Here's the right. Am I right?
Yes.
Here's the bowl where and then here's. But these are still good. Let me see how my battery is on that. And they need charging. I haven't used them in a while. But yeah, that's irritating. That really is irritating.
Connectivity. So this should give you a hint. So when you look on some FAQs on the goggles,
Yeah.
there's a question that says, "Are the DJI goggles compatible with the Mavic 2?" They haven't even bothered to update it. They are in fact compatible with the Mavic 2, but I wouldn't count on them being compatible with the 3.
Yeah, the Mavic 2. Yeah, you could do wireless with OcuSync, I think. I don't remember, to be honest. But I used to run them with an. You know what? You can still use the HDMI in on this. So you could, if you can get an HDMI signal out of your Phantom or your Mavic 3.
I'm looking at the remote. I don't know that it's got an out for that. It's got.
I know that your Mavic. Can't you audience that? Can't you put an extra monitor on that or something? I haven't looked into that in so long. Yeah, they are dicks. Yeah, right. Guard rotor. Right. It's all the same flavor of stuff. They just they do it to force you to have to buy new goggles and stuff because they're just like the trees. They're dicks.
It's not going to make that in focus because I've got the portrait mode. Let me just turn that off. Here right at the end of the show.
What controller is that for?
It's only got USB-C out on this thing, so
yeah.
There's the bottom of the standard controller for because I didn't get the fancy high dollar one with the $5,000 package.
They could have.
Of course they could. Of course, if they can do it on an older drone, for sure they could do it on this.
Are they That's purposely
annoying.
trying to get? Because you know what else they don't do anymore? And I talked about this in my recent video. They don't let you track the controller. Remember? Like you could follow your car just by telling it to track the controller. You could be sitting in the car.
I didn't know that you could do that. I don't know that I ever knew that.
Yeah, like a Phantom 3 Pro. You could just hit the thing and say, follow the controller. You could put the controller in a car, on a train, it would follow it.
Well, that's handy.
Yeah, but now, and Autel won't even let you draw a square around vehicles. It's people only, which is scary. Which is scary, by the way. That the Autels can tell that it is people only tracking. That it knows that it's a person rather than a vehicle. Yes, and I put that to the test.
I've tested on the DJI. You can draw it on anything that's moving. I've done my car. I've done a person on a bicycle. I've done lawnmower. I've done tractors. So it'll pick. I've done a tractor on the beach. That's interesting.
Let me show you the beginning of my video. That last one on my channel. It's just funny. Here, this is my video.
Look where it puts the tracking dots.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Can you feel it?
Yeah.
Come on, get out of here. You can't shake it either. You can't turn around. There it is.
So I don't know why it tracks your groin, but then I tried to test this later on in the video by using a human analog. Evo Light Plus can tell the difference between a living, breathing human form and a plastic one. In a last-ditch effort, I thought that removing the doll's dress might allow the human form to be better recognized.
Well, maybe it's the clothes. Can you take her clothes off? Take off her clothes. Yeah, leave her undies on.
They don't come
You're
off.
gonna get arrested, man.
This is where I started to lose it. I couldn't.
I don't think you got problems, Ken.
No, you know what? Sometimes I do all kinds of weird stuff for the channel. Once in a while, I just get there's a perfect storm of stuff. Like when I was out there in the middle of the day in front of the neighbors, next to a cop car with a naked Barbie doll and a drone, I was thinking, this is probably where I need to stop because let me
do you a solid here.
Uh-huh.
Don't put that on a shirt.
Don't put that on a shirt.
No.
Anyway, so yes, if these would be compatible, I would still use them. There's nothing wrong with these goggles.
No, they're not.
No.
A little heavy, but nice.
Yeah. Okay. I think I've got one more really quick viewer video. And it's the viewer video of the week. Brought to you by freewellgear.com. Check them out, freewellgear.com. They've got your ND filters, your UV filters, not just for drone stuff, but your camera stuff as well. And we thank them for being sponsors. And the winner this week is from the UK, TWR Tour More in the UK. Says, hey, Ken, I fly here a lot. Got this quite cool shot with my DJI Zoom. Still learning to edit, color grade, and whatnot. This is the Severn Bridge over the river Severn. It's the longest river in the UK. And it's the viewer video of the week. Enjoy.
Some action music here.
Yeah. Wow.
It's a big river.
Yeah, it is. Thank you very much for that. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, it was short and sweet. Thank you, Mr. Moore, for sending that in. Okay. Are you turned into a pumpkin yet?
Yep.
Yeah, you are. I can tell you're getting a little tired. All right. So we'll wrap this thing up. What else did I have to do? Oh, that's right. You know what would liven you up?
What's that?
Probably a dip in the Razz. Let's head into the Razz chamber, my friend. That's what you need. Yes, everybody. Wake up. Splish splash around here in the Razz. Nothing can go wrong here. Autel doesn't track your groin. All those taxes that you need to get done. All the legislation you need passed.
Taxes?
It's
all June.
Yeah. I'm working on next year. Everything is all good and well here in the Razz chamber. But there's one rule. Do you know the rule? Mr. Westerfield, do you know the one rule?
I don't know the rule.
There's
I'm
one
worried
rule.
about the rule.
Please, no farting in the Razz. So enjoy. Because people do that from time to time.
Between the two of us, the score there tonight is 1-0 you.
Oh! Carl's Corner, shame on you.
2-0.
Shame on you, Carl's Corner. We just said the one rule. People are breaking that rule all the time. Carl's Corner. Shame. Shame on you, sir. So now, before I let you go, somebody sent this in to me, and it is terrifying, and I'm hoping it's not real, but this is a would you write it. We haven't done that in a while. So, I think I know the answer, but please tell me in the chat, would you write it? The answer for me is no. Check this out. Look at that.
Dude.
He would.
That's a hard pass.
I mean, yeah.
He's kneeling down in it.
Yeah, he's right in the.
To give the props direct access to the jugular.
Yeah, all he has to do is, just move.
Lean back too much.
Yeah, or any direction. That's crazy. Do you think it's real? I think it's real.
Yeah, I mean.
Real stupid.
That's what it is.
That's insane. So let me know. Would you write it? Let me know in the chat.
That is a hard no for the senator.
Yeah, that's very wise of you, sir. Yeah, I think we're getting no, hell no, oh hell no, no, Blender, yes, Death Wish, yeah. Oh, we have a yes.
Guillotine, yeah, that's accurate.
Most of our intelligent viewers say no. Now, before we go, I do want to.
There's one yes. Sawyer S. You're crazy. Sawyer S.
Sawyer S is probably 11. Doesn't know how physics work. Before we go, I do have to thank a couple more super chatters. And let's see, where do we last leave off? There's a couple new ones. Frostbite Productions. Thank you very much for the $10. Says let's all follow at Flight Dubs. on YouTube and support our ever-growing drone community. Much respect to you, Senator. Glad to see you on
Appreciate
Ken's
that.
ever so amazing TNL show. Tell them how long you've been running. How long you've been running? All right.
Me?
Maybe me. I think just short of 5 years, by the way. Every week, without fail, for 5 years. You know, sometimes, just earlier today, I was thinking, oh, man, do I keep doing this? You know, sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I can keep doing it. It's a lot of work. You don't realize. Do you people know that I edit all your videos, either for time or music? Do you realize this? That takes time and dedication. But I'm doing it, and I enjoy. Once the show starts, I'm in. I'm like, yeah. But all the prepared stuff, getting the guests and all that, it wears me down sometimes. But then I get nice emails from people thanking me for what I do for the drone community, and it brings it all back around. And to see your support, I really do appreciate that.
The production value that Ken puts into this is really something. I mean, he's got all this prepared. He's got all this queued up. He's got the technology going, the chat going. He's coordinated all these guests. All this takes a great deal of coordination. I think it's a great show.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, there's a lot of shows that live stream that just, you know, like, oh, what did Larry say? Oh, okay, Larry, you know, like they let the chat dictate what the show is. No, I prepare a show, an actual show for you. But anyway, speaking of flight dubs, hey, let's check your subscriber count very quickly here. Let's refresh.
Yeah,
we are up to. Oh, I think you might have gotten 100 subscribers or 150 or something like that. That's great.
Thanks everybody. I appreciate that.
Yeah, links to his stuff in the description, and just a few more super chats here. Let's see. Ken Torbeck, $5. Thank you very much, Ken, and another $2. Hextronics earned one of the buttons, he says. And look, Mom, a drone. Member for 9 months. Thank you. He says, hi, Ken. Look, Mom, a drone. That's awesome. Jay Young, $5. Carl's Corner did $5 damage with that stinker. Yes, Carl's Corner. No more farting in the Razz for you. We're going to have to drain the Razz and refill it because of you. And look, Mom, a drone again with the $5. Thank you very much. It says, look, Ken, a drone. And let's see, did I forget anything? Did that? I guess that's about it. And who do we have here?
This is our daughter, Hadley, who just got back from Vacation Bible School for the night.
Hey, Hadley. Can she hear me? Hey,
No,
Tara
she
said.
can't.
Tara said, hey.
They said, hey.
She
My friend
looks
Ken said,
tired.
hey.
She looks tired.
It's been a long day for her.
All right. Well, we'll wrap things up. Thank you ever so much for being here, my friends.
We hope you enjoyed the show half as much as you would have if it had been twice as good.
My goodness, thank you very much to Senator Whitney Westerfield. His links in the description.
It's been a pleasure, Ken.
Thank you very much. Kelly Green will be back next week. Thank you very much to Jeff
So
Sills
your
for.
numbers are bound to go up.
Oh yeah. Well, and then after that, my ex-wife returns, so that's always fun.
And then they go up even
Then they
higher.
go up even more. Yeah. Thank you, Kurt Larry from Hextronics, for letting me fly over the horsies. That was an unforgettable experience. And thanks to all of you who continue to watch and support my channel and this live stream week after week and year after year. I really do appreciate it.
Bye.
The kill like a processed meat. Enjoy pigeon jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow, and it's full of fiber to make them grow. You'll enjoy pigeon jerky.
A tail like a processed meat. Yeah. That was so funny.
You'll enjoy Thursday Night Live with Ken Heron and Kelly, Jeff and Ashley too. There'll be fun and quizzes and Kelly's misses. The bird is the word in the news. It's the #1 live stream, it's got pizzazz. There's only one rule, don't fart in the Razz. If you think it's funny, super chat some money, 'cause TNL is here for you. Yeah!